Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Hull City RTG. We are ending the calendar year today and heading into the January transfer window, although I am a little bit shy of any money for January, so don't expect too much with regards to transfers in the upcoming window. Thank you for your understanding over the past couple of days with no videos, etc. Some of you in the comment section weren't aware because you don't follow me on Twitter, nor do you have notifications turned on. You should do that. Link in the description down below to my Twitter where you can stay up to date with everything. And of course, if you have notifications turned on, you'll never miss a video. You'll also never miss a post either in the community tab where I updated you guys to let you know that over the weekend, I had some bits arrive for my new desk, which is now up as I've redecorated the office and I'm in the process of building a proper background so I don't have to use the green screen all of the time, so we can have a proper full scale background for videos. So that's in construction, but the actual setup is now finished, as in the bits I need to record content. So the Hull City series is back, but please do make sure you follow me on Twitter and make sure you've got notifications turned on the channel and you won't miss a thing. Moving forward then, we have Southampton in the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup today, which is a game we'd love to win because we want to win as much as possible in this final season at Hull before we start in pastures new, of which you still are unaware. I'm waiting for the shirt to arrive in the post before I spoil anything. We then got Crystal Palace away, Leeds at home, Manchester United away. I think Leeds at home is probably going to be the game that we simulate today. Although if Crystal Palace away is a game I feel we can win and stand a better chance of winning, then maybe we do that. But I think Leeds are bottom. They are, and Crystal Palace are second bottom. So I don't suppose it makes much difference, but we'll probably sim the home game to give ourselves the best possible chance. So, quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup. We'll start with some rotated players in the 11, of course, to ensure that we give ourselves the best possible chance of going through. And then from there, fingers crossed, we can get ourselves some decent points to end the calendar year, chase that top 4, and then we'll find out what happens in the FA Cup and also, of course, semi-finals of the Carabao Cup. Should we win this first game, which hopefully we will do, drop the video a like if you're enjoying this series, of course, and make sure you leave me your feedback in the comment section down below. Just because the series is ending at the end of this season doesn't mean there's nothing that can be decided upon by you guys to help us get the best possible finish for ourselves this year. So we shall try and take everything on board that you offer. I'm going to go and jump into this game against Southampton now with a slightly rotated 11, and I will see you in game. Southampton aren't starting a full strength 11. But it is still competitive. Nick Pope in goal, as you can see. They've got Musa Djenepo out on the left-hand side. It's 4-4-2 for them with Correa on the right. Ayer at centre-back with Ramos and Vlahovic up top. It's a decent team, but one that we should be beating. Through there to Curtis Jones. And out wide to Viktor Sigankov. On the overlap, Roman Bayar. It's been a few days since I've played any FIFA, so I hope I'm not too rusty. Fingers crossed we can get off to a good start. And Nick Pope drawn into a save with the first action of the game. You can see, of course, it's a winter game. There is some snow on the field. Oh, Nick Pope's missed it. Can Vardiel bring that down? He can. Can Wallace have an effort? Oh, I probably shouldn't have shot there at all, should I? Bad decision-making to start, but not the best of decision-making from some of the Southampton players as well. So equally, apparently, myself and the AI are rusty as well. Oh, that was very close. Not like Nick Pope to come out and make a mistake like that. He's normally very reliable. Cleared away comfortably. And Wilkes around the corner to Wallace. And we could be away for a decent counter-attack. Mullet Wilkes up top in the striker role. I will shoot from here because I fancy that left foot of his. Hull 1, Southampton 0. We're off to a good start in the League Cup. Welcome back. Ramos under control well. Turns the challenge well too from Felix Davis. And it's driven at the near post. But saved well by George Long. Angel Correa to deliver the set pieces. Southampton look for their equaliser. Away, please. Not away. Into the back of the net. Southampton have their equaliser. Ramos with a very good header. Off celebrating in the snow behind the goal. Looped in and he's just better aerially. The Roman Bayar there. 3 others around him that just stand and watch. They literally ball watching. And it's flown into the back of the net. Southampton have an equaliser. This is turning into quite the cup tie. Barnett, Curtis Jones is there waiting. Wilkes is with him. Well worked. Pedro Neto in behind. Stands the ball into the middle. Curtis Jones was there and ready for it, but it didn't reach him, unfortunately. Really well worked. Great delivery by Pedro Neto too, and excellent defensive work to help win it back too. Can Wilkes get to that? He can do, you know. And he might be through. He's not, though, but we can work an opportunity. Good turn by Wallace. I've got plenty of options, one of which could be... Oh, come on, Malik. That needed to be better. Barnett was in a great position to turn that home from there. Why he's tried to play the pass in the manner in which he did is beyond me. And now we're actually in trouble going the other way, but he might not keep that in. He has done Angel Correa. Does look promising, doesn't it, for Southampton? And I am slightly worried. Fardiol being drawn out as centre-back to try and deal with it. We've forced them backwards. Webb, Blahovic, Gineppo looking over the top. Onside here, Paquez. Correa again. Don't go 2-1 down, Tiz. Don't go 2-1 down. Great tackle. And a counter, please. And around the corner. This is the counter we've been waiting for. Neto driving into the space. I've got many options. One of which is just stand it up towards Curtis Jones, whose header is well saved by the leaping Nick Pope. Not many keepers tall enough to be able to go back across goal like that and stretch to make the save. Sadly, Nick Pope is one of those few. Slattery. Nice pick by Wallace. Really nice pick by Wallace. And that could send us away here. And Barnett is itching to get in behind. I am going to try and get on that left foot, which he's done well. And he should finish from here and does so. Ever reliable Charlie Barnett's left foot. Could have had a couple of opportunities earlier in the game if passes had found him in good positions. They hadn't. But good forward thinking. Great movement to drive him behind. Decent pass through from Curtis Jones. And then the presence of mind to beat the defender. Get it on his favoured foot. Should never be allowed to turn inside like that. Because he's always going to finish. We are 2-1 in front again. Forward to Vlahovic. The pace of Paquez has gotten him past the defender there. And the trickery of his footwork has gotten him past another. And Ramos has options. Scooped out wide, Slattery with the effort. George Long with a save. What a goal that would have been for Southampton to equalise for a second time. That's a very cheeky pass, but it worked brilliantly. And Slattery, thankfully for me, fires it straight at George Long. It's his last action of the game as well. I think that was Slattery going off for Southampton. It was, and Will Smallbone is on in his place. That's a decent ball in as well. They've already gotten one from a set piece, but they won't be getting another on this occasion. We'll look for... No, it was meant for Curtis Jones, and he's tried to play it back to Sigankov. And we'll be on the back foot again around the hour mark. Into Barnett. Curtis Jones, you can see the man over on the far side, and we'll find Sigankov, and this should be the third that we've been waiting for. Keeper's calm. Perhaps a bit... Whoa! A bit ambitious to try the chip from there. Even more ambitious to try a scorpion kick, Mr. Wilkes. Deary me. I know it was a relatively open goal, but you still got to make sure you beat the defender in front of you first. It's gone for the flamboyant. It hasn't worked. And on the counter-attack, Gineppo just lets that bounce off his head. We might actually concede at the other end. Correa sets up. We have conceded at the other end. A killer counter-attack for Southampton. Unbelievable. As Malik Wilkes tries the scorpion kick that fails with an open goal in front of him. Gineppo lets the ball just hit him, brings it under control, and Paquez equalises for Southampton. It really has been a hell of a cup tie and a welcome back to FIFA content here on the channel. Deary me. Headed towards penalty. How typical would it be? I don't record FIFA for like 3 or 4 days because I'm busy decorating the office and the rest of the house. We come back, first video for 3 days, and the first game might well go to penalties. Dear me. The drama that is involved in the saves on this channel is just ridiculous. We might be losing, you know. We might end up losing. 2 minutes to stoppage time to go. He's gotten past the man. Cross blocks, but falls free to Correa, who's danced past one, but thankfully we've stolen it off him. Now this would be even more drama if we go up the other end and counter on them. Oh, but Wilkes has let the ball get away from him, and that's going to be pens. Unbelievable. First game back, a penalty shootout. Ridiculous. Right then, bring it on. Oh, Christ. Victor Sigankov to strike first. We'll go on his left foot. We'll go to that right-hand corner. And tuck it away very well indeed. All right, Nick, calm down. It's only the first penalty. Bit of an overreaction from Nick Pope there. Good tucked penalty from Will Smallbone. And now James Maddison will have the chance to do something similar, but Nick Pope makes the save. Right. Their goal scorer, or one of their goal scorers, Ramos, Buries it down the middle. Wilkes will go bottom right this time. We went top right with our last left footer. And he's tucked it away nicely. Pope goes the wrong way. Gineppo to continue Southampton's advantage. Oh, he's gone for the chip, and George Long will get there. There's no point complaining, mate. That was too cocky from you. Straight down the middle. No, Nick's read it. Nick Pope's read it straight down the middle. Etienne Sevilla. We've read there 2 Panenka penalties in a row from Southampton. Come on, mate. Right, Vardiol. Let's just drill it hard and low, shall we? Get it in the bottom corner. Good lad. We have the advantage. Southampton need to score to stay in the competition. Eastham off the bench for them. Panenka's it in the bottom corner. 3 pens in a row from them. Panenka'd. Come on, Charlie. Going for power. It works. Buried in the bottom corner. Although the keeper went the wrong way anyway. Again, Southampton need to score to stay in it. Vokins. Oh, he's missed the target entirely. To the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup we go. George Long makes a couple of saves. They miss the target. We are through. The trophy hunt, the quadruple hunt continues. FA Cup, Carabao Cup, Champions League and Premier League. And we need now to go and get some points on the board in that Premier League to continue our hunt. Terrible penalty from Vokins. That's just awful. İlkay Gündoğan did something similar for City last week. Certainly made up for it later in the game and in subsequent games as well. He's in the form of his bloody life, isn't he, by the way, İlkay Gündoğan? Ridiculous for him so far this season at Manchester City, especially the past couple of months. Regardless, not worrying about Manchester City in real life. We've got to worry about Manchester City in this FIFA career. Leicester are through, Chelsea are through, Manchester City are through. We've got Crystal Palace next, which will be the game that we play, I believe. Let me just double check at the bottom, although to be fair, the home game still makes sense to sim, and it will be. Right, we'll go and play Palace, and then we will sim Leeds. Oh, the game against Tottenham's been drawn at the end of the month. Now, we'll sim Palace and we'll sim Leeds. We'll play Tottenham. We've got Portsmouth in the Cup and Chelsea in the Carabao Cup semi-finals. Yeah, it certainly makes sense to go and play Man United and Tottenham, doesn't it? Right, Crystal Palace. What have you got for me then in this simulated game? We just get rid of Jacob Greaves. Oh, we don't really mind, do we? Losing him. Right. Well, you might as well stay with me because we're just going to jump straight in and sim this game. And we are going to win it by 3-1. Lautaro, Barnett and Wilkes. Thank you. Now, if everybody else around us could drop points, that'd be lovely. Which I don't think they have. Oh, we're up to third. Because other teams haven't played their games yet. That's why we're up to third. And we're down to fourth. But still within touching distance of Manchester United in third. But now a full 12 points behind Chelsea in first place. The top two running away with it. It's not insurmountable, but it will be bloody difficult to do. But I'll give it my best shot to try and turn that round. Closing in on Manchester United, hopefully with another victory here, which indeed we do. Lewis Potter and Lautaro Martinez. And Manchester United, I didn't scroll quickly enough, also win. So we are fourth, and we now play third place Manchester United at Old Trafford. Game on. Manchester United starting 11. Alban Lafont in goal. Wan-Bissaka, Milenkovic, Schuler and Telles. Verratti and Zakaria. Gnabry, Fernandes, Rashford and Marcus Thuram up top. Lacanimus on the bench. Gabi Jesus on the bench. Dani Carvajal, Casemiro. Man United have such a strong squad. Such a strong squad. But like us, they're underperforming this year and find themselves over 10 points behind the league leaders. So either side would be delighted with 3 points in this game to try and close that gap to those two at the top. And I kind of hope that it's us that gets the win and not them, to be honest. For rather obvious reasons. Over the top, out wide to Alex Telles, the left back pushing forward into Bruno Fernandes around the corner. Oh, it's tame. Tame from Marcus Thuram. Really, really tame indeed. We'll just bowl that out quickly to James Maddison. Elder down the line. Lewis Potter had to get out of his feet quickly there. Sangare across to Maddison. I am yet to have a shot on goal in this first half, and we're nearly at the end of it. Barnett, look at the run from Tavares. Maddison looks for the ball, but Zakaria cuts it up brilliantly, and that's been the story of our first half. Trying to play that killer pass, and that killer pass not reaching its recipient, let alone actually have anything come from the end of a killer pass. are not even finding the man to do something with. Some fancy flicks from Manchester United here, but they've only had one shot themselves. And, well, it wasn't really worth showing you, to be completely honest. Rashford, he's held off the man well, playing through Marcus Thuram, but he can't keep it in, and it's a goal kick. And this first half has been an absolute dud. Both sides so desperate for the win, and also so desperate not to lose, that neither really are able to cut the other apart. To be fair, Manchester United have been so solid defensively, and it's more their rock-solid defensive play that has meant that it's been a really difficult game. But that defensive play is destroyed, and in some style, by Charlie Barnett, who immediately certainly got to get a yellow card for that. He's literally in the stand with the fans. What a finish! Brilliant cross from the marauding Callum Elder, but a cross goal. Alban Lafont, no chance. Strange animation from Lafont to go for a save there. He just kind of jumps, makes himself as big as he can, and he's gone low to that bottom corner, but the way the ball hits the frame of the goal and wraps around the net is absolutely brilliant. And there again, not strictly speaking allowed to do that, Charlie, but his 10th goal of the Premier League and marks the milestone with one hell of a goal. We lead in this first half where nothing else has happened. But if that is the only thing that happens in the 90 minutes, bing! Lovely. 30 minutes left to go in this game. United again building. Was Telles onside there? He was just. It was probably borderline. Rashford showing great footwork to keep hold of possession here. And Marcus Thuram has options. Tavares chasing. Now Sangare can get involved defensively. I hoped. Verratti. Tricky little character. He's tiny, but he's got such great technical ability, Marco Verratti, that he's really difficult to deal with. If you can get the chance to, try and outmuscle him, then you should take it. But I've tried to outmuscle him, and it's just not works at all. And I see what you guys are on about there. You guys mentioned it in a previous episode that I hadn't actually noticed before, but he does have remarkably skinny arms, doesn't he? Just looking there in the shot when it was just him stood there, his head was regular size and he looked like he had like 6-year-old child's arms. I hadn't noticed that before. I saw it in the comment section of a recent episode. Panenka! You should have learnt that Panenkas don't work, Bruno Fernandes. Obviously didn't watch the most recent penalty shootout against Southampton, did he? Definite penalty. Comfortable save. We get away with one there, I think, to be fair. And may even make it 2 at the other end. Looking for Barnett at the back post. Can he do it again? Side netting only. Into Rashford. Back to Telles. Could go forward to Rashford again. Got support there from Sula. Forward into Bruno Fernandes. Casemiro's off the bench for Manchester United now. As is Dylan Levitt as well in the middle. Come on for Marco Verratti in that more creative of the 2 central midfield roles. That's a hell of a ball. Is he onside here, Marcus Thuram? He is. Tavares steps in, but Thuram gets the better of him. And he's had their one clear-cut chance so far, Marcus Thuram, and he didn't really take it that well, but Levitt spreads the ball nicely to Wan-Bissaka. He's got the option back here, but I can't let him just run through on goal, which is exactly what he's done anyway, and Garcia Villa is in the way. Whew. Needed to get that tackling. Look his arms, look, they're so tiny. They're so tiny. I don't understand. It must be something to do with body type that's been affected with a recent patch, but unless it's been like that the whole time and nobody actually ever really noticed, and now that we have, we can't unsee it. I'm not sure. Good effort, well saved. Away, please, Tavares. Just anywhere will do for me in that situation, getting closed down by a couple of men. Trying not to make too many changes in this 11 at the minute, because yes, there's tired players on the field, but we've been playing so well that I don't want to alter anything and have it affect the way that we're playing. West Brom have scored and equalised against Manchester City. That could be huge for the title fight at the top of the table. Sangare looking for Lautaro Martinez. This could be huge for the title fight at the top of the table as well. Lautaro is away from Niklas Sula and decides the game. Hull 2, Manchester United 0. That, with a Klinsmann dive, will be 3 points for us. Thank you very much. Indeed, Old Trafford. We'll love you, we'll leave you, and take all of the points with us. That's very pleasing indeed, especially if City do continue to drop points. against West Bromwich Albion of all teams. Thrilled with that. 3 minutes added on at the end here, but that's going to be all she wrote. We're definitely going to get the victory, and hopefully by a scoreline to 0 as well, because there's only 30 seconds to go now, and despite the attack down the right-hand side, we've won it back, and there's the final whistle. Yes! A great way to go into the game against Tottenham, where I'm desperate again to get another set of 3 points. Oh, really pleased with that. 30% of the ball, 30% possession. They did draw against West Brom. Thank you, Baggies. Doing us a favour. Oh no, it's Chelsea and Manchester City at the top. Liverpool are in the chasing pack. So we've closed the gap. And Chelsea dropped points as well. Who did they play? I wasn't actually looking for Chelsea's result. Chelsea lost to Burnley. Oh, can you believe it? Lost to Burnley. So the gap at the top has gone from 12 to 9 in the space of one game. That is why it is not an insurmountable lead. And that was the first game of the second half of the season, so there's still a lot of football to be played, and getting a victory against Spurs next would go a long way to helping us continue to close that gap. Tottenham with Mattia Perrin in goal, Dalot, Hinteregger, Tapsoba and Roussillon, Fabinho and Sandro Tonali. Jack Rolls continues to start, Leonardo Pinto at cam, with Bergwijn on the left and Harry Kane up top. Rolls and Pinto switching roles for this. But clearly, Jack starting for Tottenham the last time we played them wasn't a one-off. He's continuing to play in this Tottenham starting lineup, so must be doing something right form-wise. But I'd love to win against Tottenham Hotspur again. Let's get it done, please. Sangare through to Maddison. Lautaro, excellent pace to get away. I'm going to try the shot early. It's deflected off Roussillon's heel and gone out for a corner. Can we get the early goal that we're craving? Maddison into the middle. Lautaro's up, but he's headed wide. Go quickly to Barnett here. It's actually Lautaro. Barnett's the one that's further forward. Gotten the run on Tapsoba though. And found Wilkes. Oh, well blocked by Hinteregger going to ground to deny us the first goal of the game. It was a bit of a damp squib against Manchester United, but this one seems to be at least a little bit more lively than the first half at Old Trafford. Certainly the home fans will be hoping that it is a little bit more entertaining. Pinto has the option on the left-hand side there in Bergwijn and is elected not to go to him twice. I'm pleased that we got a decent amount out of Pinto, but I'm also pleased that after making the decision to sell him, he's been an absolute dud for Tottenham Hotspur. They spent so much money on him, and he's done absolutely nothing goal contribution-wise, which is brilliant because it justifies the sale for us. Bergwijn with the throw here. It's gone all the way back there to Sandro Tonali. I wasn't expecting that. Can I nip in there? Maddison's done well. Counter is on here, but Barnett's going to have to do well to hold off Fabinho, which he has done, and we'll look for Wilkes. And he's in behind Mallet Wilkes. Perfect pass. Perfect pass. Perfect pass. Is that a perfect pass? It might be. It's certainly not a perfect finish. Keen Lewis Potter. He's got all of that goal there to aim at. Yeah, Lee Dixon, you are correct. It really is a bad miss. Whoa, that was terrible. To Wilkes. Go to Barnett. Wait for Lautaro to run past me, which he's going to do now. Perfect pass. And this time, the perfect finish. Lautaro Martinez on the score sheet yet again for Hull City. Not sure how many he's amassed so far this season, but I've been very pleased with him so far. Not been quite as prolific as Malek Wilkes was when he was there, but certainly was the right decision to sell Pinto and buy someone else in for our front four. That's a good finish from him, and that is his 10th goal of the Premier League season as well. So he and Barnett reaching that milestone today. Good. 1-0. Bergwijn tackled well by Wilkes. Nicely done. We'll try and score an early second, and that should put Tottenham on the back foot for the majority of the rest of the game. Or put them on the front foot and mean that we can open them up again. Oh, good save by Perrin. Oh, Potter get a goal this time. No, he just delayed in having the effort. Keen Lewis Potter is not having the best of days today, is he? We certainly have come to expect better from our now 92 rated left winger and currently our highest rated player. 92. Come on, Keane. You're better than this. We know you're better than this. Be better than this, please. Out to Roussillon. Chelsea have scored a second, frustratingly. Raheem Sterling. No, it'll be Dujon Sterling, won't it? The right back. Dujon Sterling scoring for Chelsea to give them a 2-1 lead against Everton, which is really frustrating as we look to be closing the gap. Oh, Perrin, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry, Spurs. Lautaro with another. That's 2-0. Another late goal to seal it for us. Not necessarily how I hoped to get it. I would have loved Barnett to just tuck that away anyway. But Mattia Perrin has been very good in front of goal for Tottenham. That wasn't the best of finishes, to be fair. I just get lucky with the rebound. Lautaro Martinez's 11th goal of the season. And we have a 2-0 lead at home. Roussillon going off and Ben Davies coming on for them. I made a change as well. In fact, I made 2 changes. Curtis Jones has come on in centre mid. And Bayard has come on at right back as well. And to be fair, Wilkes is getting a little bit tired. So let's bring Victor Sigankov off the bench as well. Just to ensure we have some extra fresh legs on the field. Of course, we've Portsmouth at the beginning of the January transfer window and at the beginning of tomorrow's episode in the FA Cup. A game that we should comfortably win to get ourselves through to the next round of the FA Cup competition that we absolutely want to win this year if we can. We've gotten to the final once and lost it. I'd love to, in this final season, get to the final and win it, please. I don't want to only win the Premier League once in this save. I want to win at least 2 or 3 trophies in this final season to end the whole save on a high. We're certainly going to be ending the episode on a high with, well, be 5 straight victories, won't it? A win in 2 simmed games and so far, well, yeah, no, and a win in the 3 played games as well. Albeit from the penalty spot against Southampton, but we'll take it. It counts as a win and we were through. 1 minute added on here as well, and that's going to be game here at the K-Cob. We're going to win against Tottenham Hotspur. And he's not going to keep that in, is he, Diogo Dallo? Sorry, mate, that's game. Now then, we closed the gap on Chelsea last time out, but they did get a 2-1 lead there against Everton late on, which I think has probably sealed the victory for them, unless Everton have done a madness, which they haven't. Manchester City also beat Newcastle, so the gap at the top remains 9, but it's all to play for still with the amount of time left in the season. When do we have Chelsea next? We've got them in the Cup tomorrow, but in the league, we've got Atletico Madrid in the Champions League. Yikes, that's going to be tough. We face Chelsea and Manchester City and Liverpool and Atleti in the same month. Shit! March is going to be a bit mental, isn't it? March Madness, perhaps. And then, do we end with any big teams? We don't really. We've got a favourable run-in. A really favourable run-in. If we can get results in the games in March, then April and May could be phenomenal for us to try and hold on to our Premier League title. It's not quite as bad a attempt to retain a title as some in recent memory, but we'll give it a damn good go winning the Premier League again. And obviously, we want to go further in the Carabao Cup and in the FA Cup. So we'll play Portsmouth, Chelsea and Fulham tomorrow. And then it will be, well, actually we may end up then, depending on because I imagine the next round of the FA Cup we draw on the 24th. So it may be simming Burnley as well to then have Wolves, as of yet undrawn FA Cup tie, Chelsea and Newcastle the day after. But like I say, I'm not planning on doing anything in the January transfer window because I literally have zip to spend and I don't want to sell anyone. So we'll deal with what we've gotten, but what we've gotten should be good enough. Drop the video a like if you've enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching and do enjoy the remainder of this series. And I'll see you in another one tomorrow.